strongly believe education should be seen as a journey that is unique to every single student. A journey where every student has a shot to live out their dreams. Our schools should be in the business of inspiring our students to think bigger, to think better, to strive for the next big thing, not subjecting them to our preconceived benchmarks for success. Now, it's been 5 years since I stood up in front of this summit and introduced myself as New Mexico student 100-793-488. 5 years since I asked many of the same people in this room to take a chance, to allow students to be engaged stakeholders when it comes to education, or when it comes to the conversations of the future of education here in Southern New Mexico. What I didn't know at the time, though, was that speech would prove to be a turning point in my life. A turning point for someone who knew that we could and we must do better for our students. But what does that look like? So I followed the advice that so many families and communities seem to give students who want to make an impact. I left. I flew over 2,000 miles away with the crucifix made of barbed wire from my family's homestead, a meager supply of green chile, and a hope that one day I could come back to here, my tierra linda. And in the meantime, I was going to learn as much as I could, do as much as I could, and take advantage of as many opportunities as possible, in hopes that I could bring that knowledge, bring that power back here. And I would always keep my sights set here in Southern New Mexico. And in the time that I've been gone, I expected the homesickness. I expected to miss those New Mexican sunsets that I had taken for granted, those Saturday mornings at the farmer's market that I wish I had gotten more of, those trips to Sonic so I could just surprise my nieces with a slushie. What I didn't expect, though, was to completely fall in love with Doña Ana County. I fell in love with Doña Ana not only for those sentimental reasons, but because I saw a community that was willing to put in the work necessary. We saw what was wrong with our education system, and we knew we had a role in fixing it. And while we knew there was an administration that was leaving our students and educators out to dry, we didn't let that shake our resolve. This very summit is a testament to Doña Ana's commitment to our students. It was at that moment when I realized that when Doña Ana makes a commitment to our students, we stand by it. And I cannot thank you all enough for sticking by your decision, for keeping students here in the room, for giving us a seat at the table. Doña Ana is not only leading our state, but leading the nation in how we create an education system that is compassionate, an education system that acknowledges the student as the whole. And because of the work put in by Frank Lopez and Lori Martinez, we have this space. A space where we can truly envision an educational framework where every student is supported, where every student is seen, where every student is valued. I think we can all agree that because of Engage New Mexico, Doña Ana is better off. So, what's next? We've spent all day and we've made it loud and clear that Doña Ana is prioritizing compassion over compliance, that we are valuing community over conformity. We've spent all day listening to the data, looking at the statistics. The Success Partnership has proven the power that can be unleashed through dialogue and collaboration. I hope we can take a page out of this playbook and develop long-standing partnerships and relationships here in Southern New Mexico. Today we saw the potential for change here in this room. We heard about how people are leading the charge and inspiring us to think bigger. And I'm sure at one point or another, each and every one of us felt that frustration of wanting to change the narrative when it comes to education here in New Mexico. That longing to turn this page in our state's history and move forward. I fully believe that I'm here today because of the educators who inspired me, those who empowered me, and the experiences that made me determined to seek better. I'm here because I don't want my nieces and nephew to need to leave in order to fall in love with this community. I'm here because I'm a proud product of Doña Ana County and of Las Cruces Public Schools. So as we end this Success Summit with our eyes on the future, I can't help but think of a consejo that my dad likes to share with his camera there in the back. But si no te cuidas, ¿quién te va a cuidar? Doña Ana, the time has come for us to really take care of ourselves. The time has come for all of us to take ownership of our community and to be apologetic and striving for better. The time has come for us to ask ourselves, what's next? Thank you.